How's it going, everybody? This is Frank Cavone.
I'm Doug Quimby.
And we are Kinda Live.
Kinda Livin.
And this is the Mirth Films Podcast, episode 19. We want to thank you again for returning back over and over again. And we want to thank all of our iTunes and Spotify listeners as well. How's your week been, Doug?
It's been pretty good. It's been pretty hectic. But I did have a birthday this weekend.
Happy birthday, Doug.
Officially 24. Whoop whoop. So we had so you want to know what happened? Actually, you know what happened.
Let's hear about it.
My mom has an Easy Up out back, and we kind of set up the backyard really nice. We got chairs out there, fire pit, little grill. So we have like cookouts, have people over. So we're gonna have one over for like my birthday. I had like all the family over, my girlfriend's family and everything. It was a really great event.
That's awesome.
But a couple of days before, my mom comes home and notices that the Easy Up has literally like buckled in on itself.
Oh, that stinks.
It was like very last minute, just like not enough to repair it. The top to it has been ripped and everything. So it was like, what are we gonna do? So thankfully, me and you have bought one, and we found the top to it.
We found the top to it.
We forgot it at this jam.
Yeah. So basically, we have our own Easy Up that we use for any of our camping extraordinaire times, or just if we're bending or whatever. And so we were at this jam. Drove there, had everything packed, everything ready to go. When was the last time we used the Easy Up prior to Disc Jam 2019?
It was actually at the skate park competition last summer.
So we used it last summer,
so it's been a while since we've opened it up.
Yeah, it was a while since we opened up the Easy Up. So we get there, have everything set up. I don't even think we had your tent set up yet.
Nope.
But so we pull out the Easy Up, stretch it out, realize that we have no top to our Easy Up. So we basically just left it up the whole festival weekend, and because we were too lazy to take it down.
Yeah, it was so simple. And like I did have like a backup like top to it, because my mom originally bought like an 8-foot top for hers, because over the winter, at least last summer, like her top to hers just became damaged from sun and all that. So we bought like an 8-foot top thinking, oh, that's gonna fit. Turns out it didn't fit on ours. She has a 10-foot by 10-foot. So I brought it to ours, but I think ours is like even a little bit bigger than that.
Yep.
So it definitely didn't work there. So yeah, we just left it up. It was too much of a hassle.
Yeah, no, it was just a mess. And but yeah, I'm happy you had a good birthday, man.
Yep. And then besides that, earlier today, I was on my way back from the dump, and my muffler and exhaust just boop, fell right down to the bottom of my car.
Yeah, that stinks, man. It was literally just riding right against the ground. And
oh, yeah. But thankfully, you got AAA.
Hey, it happens. I've been there. I mean, before I got my Honda, thank you, Dad, I just, my Saturn kept on breaking down and muffler pain. I totally understand what you're going through. If you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm always here.
Thank you, man. I'm going to need it. It was a rough one.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So how's your week been, man?
My week's been pretty good. I actually went up to, I spent this weekend covering Tumbledown Music Festival in Burlington, Vermont. It was, it's Twiddle's annual music festival that they have. They had Turquoise there. There was Stephen Marley, which was freaking awesome. Nice. I don't really listen to a lot of Bob Marley. I love his stuff, but it's just something that I don't listen to every day. But his son kicked ass, and it was one of the best shows I've seen in a while. Jaden Carlson Band, who actually sat in with Twiddle's second night. Who else played? I'm trying to think. Ghostlight, which I've been hooked on.
Hell yeah.
It's Tom Hamilton, Holly Bowling, a few other people. Just a super group of musicians who just have these awesome songs that sound like Fleetwood Mac, but they jam. They're great. I love their set, and overall, it was just a good weekend. It was it was fun. I went up there by myself. Just had like a couple beers each day. Nothing crazy. Just covered the concert and just took it in. And it was kind of weird being at a music festival by myself. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Is that the first one you ever been to by yourself?
That was the first one I've ever been to, without,
at least one
covering.
Friend.
And,
Yeah.
I don't need somebody to hold my hand. But when you're away for 2 days and you don't get the boys with you, it stinks.
Yep.
But it was a great time. I got to meet a lot of people. I got to meet our favorite Slurpee lover, Lawn Conscious, and
Nice.
Lon will be bringing back the tacos sometime soon.
They were
And just let us
delicious.
know what kind of Slurpee you like, and we'll be sure to give it
We got
an
you.
old review on here on the Kind of Live, Kind of Living podcast. We have a lot of cool new things that are coming up, which we actually redid the website today. So we got a whole brand new website, mirth-films.com. Same great stuff, original video content, live music coverage, news, articles, podcasts, and you can even find our merch. Finally, we've been able to get onto the website. We're not good at coding, so it took us a little while. But if you go on our Big Cartel site through the mirth-films.com website,
We have a couple places you can hit. You just hit our merch tab, or we have a nice little picture that you can hit.
we're
that
very
came from
proud of
merch.
it.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you can get the Mirth Films collage tee made by the one and only Courtney Gutenberg.
Thank you, shout
Guttenberg. And
We also now have hats.
we have hats in 4 different colors. There's snapbacks. We're calling them the scratch hats. Get one. I kind of want to get one too.
No, I'm definitely gonna get
We
one
just haven't-
as soon
we haven't-
as
ours hasn't
my
come
check
in
hits.
yet.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we also have for those coffee drinkers. We got
We got some coffee mugs.
we got some
the brew
coffee
mugs.
And if you, as you're sitting around the table with us, you could always have a nice frosty beverage. Just put some Baileys into it. That's what you used to like, right?
I
Coffee
still
and
like it
Baileys?
now. It's still delicious. But
I am
no,
not a cream guy.
It's it's like a great way to start the day, but not if you have things to do that day. It's a great day off drink.
It's a great day
Baileys
off.
and coffee.
I'm sure.
I'll be happy to enjoy that in the new Mirth Films mug.
Exactly. So go check that out. And all the money that I say this every time, but all the money that we get from everything that we sell goes right back into what we're doing. And we have a lot of cool new stuff that we want to announce. We've had a lot of great stuff come out this week. Just a couple of album reviews for Vaporize, Kind of Kind. You should check those out. And also we just put out in a studio session music video of Glass Pony performing their song, one of their songs. So our team's been growing.
Oh yeah.
This has been going awesome. This is the first time we've had a podcast just ourselves in quite a long time. I can't. When was the
podcasts,
last
yeah.
time we did it?
Probably at least a month ago.
I think it was Lost in the Sauce,
Oh yeah. Super.
which is a
Lost in the
great
Sauce.
episode.
Yeah,
What was
I
that
wanna say
episode number 14?
14 or 15, I would say.
14 or 15. We're on episode 19 now. Should we do
Making
something
places.
special for our 20th episode? Let us know. And yeah, we're just things are rolling fast here. And so tonight, our main focus on this whole thing is skateboarding.
Yep.
Skateboarding plays just a huge deal in both of our lives, and just how our friend group shaped, and just where we are sitting around the table, and why are we talking about this? We could talk about this anytime.
But we do have a competition coming up this Saturday in Lake George, New York, and the skate plaza we actually help fundraise and get in our community. But if you didn't know, yeah, August 3rd, this Saturday in Lake George, we're going to have a best run, best trick, game of skate, and a high ollie competition. We're going to have prizes from Zoomies, and it's going to be a great day to spend at the skate park.
Exactly. Weather's looking great right now. It's going to be high 80s, but I mean, it was a little hot last year. But, it's going to be a great community event, and it's just, I'm so excited for it. This is our 4th year doing it. And, but yeah, it's a great way to just see everybody that you don't see all the time, which it's going to be Chris Browser's 30th birthday. And
Awesome. Happy birthday,
happy
Chris.
almost birthday, Chris, and looking forward to seeing you at the Skate Plaza event.
Yeah.
And skateboarding has just affected our lives, and I'm pumped about it.
like, what really what was your introduction to skateboarding? How did you get into skateboarding,
So-
Frank? You see?
So my intro to skateboarding was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Hell yeah.
I forgot what Christmas it was. I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I think it was '99. I don't remember if I got it. I think I got it for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then I also got a Mongoose skateboard, probably from Walmart or Dick's. It's like, yeah, this is cool. And then I just really got into the video games, just Tony Hawk games, starting to have the basic knowledge of just who some pro skaters are other than Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Like Bob Burnquist. I would always pick him sometimes. And Steve Caballero.
Rodney Mullen.
Chad Muska. Muska Beats. And after that, it just I wanted to do that. And I knew that I wanted to be involved with skateboarding somehow. Skateboarding. I don't know, just, And so first trick I learned on a skateboard, which we'll get to soon when we talk about that. But I had this piece of it was just a piece of shit Walmart board that.
So what was like the first real board you got?
First real board I got two.
Ooh.
One I bought used from my babysitter's son,
Okay.
Mike Smith, who actually he's from Lake George. I got a Libtech. It was a Libtech skateboard. Had World Industries trucks on it. It was like when World Industries was good. And like on the bottom of the board, it was like this robot graphic. And I know Libtech does a lot of snowboarding stuff too, but like it had like this sheet of like, I don't know, some type of plastic covering on it, and which made the board slide faster.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do board slides. I was afraid.
Yeah.
Just going like horizontal down a rail instead of 50-50. They really shaped the way I learned how to skateboard. And then other than that, I got another board. My mom came back from Vermont one time, and she got this sick toy machine board that I had. It had like this mouse on it. It was called the New Wave board. It had like these humps in it. I don't know why, but it was like, how boards do like those new technology crap, and but it was cool too. And then I ended up selling that skateboard to Kyle Lewis.
Oh,
Shout out to Kyle. I hope you still have that. I would buy that back from you, seriously. But what about you? What was your first experience skateboarding? And and getting introduced to skateboarding, and then what was your first board?
So I mean, my first experience skateboarding, it was through like a family friend. This kid, his name was Chris Moon. He was kind of like the first like older kid I kind of like looked up to, and he was a skater, and he kind of like showed me kind of like just the first few tricks. Like he would just skate outside like my house, and I'd be like just like popping around like a couple ollies. I don't even know like what he was doing at then, but like it just blew my mind. It was something that fascinated me so much. And then also like Cameron Oss, who I rode on the bus with at elementary school, he was a skater, and he always seemed really cool to me. So I was like, oh man, I gotta get myself a skateboard.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm assuming that I probably got like a Walmart board at first, but I remember like my first actual skateboard, like it was I can't remember exactly what brand, but it was like all pink. I got it out of like the garbage bins at Zoomies, so it was like a $30 skate deck. And like it was for Christmas, and I literally like put out like I was trying to salt the sidewalk, and then I like put in like it didn't melt fast enough for me, so I like put pieces of paper down so I could try to like skate over the ice and like just like use my board for the first time.
You were desperate to start,
dude. I was I loved skateboarding from like the get go, and so my first like. So what was the second question?
So what was your first board?
Oh, yeah, it was the pink Zoomy skateboard, and then, like, I want to say...
It had pink grip tape on it, right?
No, it was on the bottom. On the bottom, it was completely pink, and
okay.
I had, actually, like, pink wheels. I forget, like, which trucks I had, but it was super pink. I was really into pink at then. I want to say I was probably, like, 8 or 9 at this time.
Oh, this was an emo phase, dog.
No, this wasn't emo phase, though, yeah. I still had, like, a big, what I would do is I would set up, like, a VCR camcorder, like, on my porch, and just film myself just like skating back and forth. Like I remember at one point my mom like went to the hardware store and got like I asked her to like make me like a rail, but she got me like a PVC pipe, which kind of worked. It was like a little floppy, and then like two connectors to kind of like push to the ground. So because I wasn't really too good, I was still like practicing. I had it like angled cornered like over the grass. So but yeah, I'd like set my like camcorder like right on my porch, and then just like sit there for hours and just like try tricks like going across that, falling into the grass, getting up, and just doing it again for like hours.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Hey, I mean just skateboarding's awesome, and
dude, it's like crazy. Like once you kind of like find it and it like bites you with the bug, like it's literally nonstop. It's like all you can really think about and or do from there on out. Like no matter how much time passes, like you need to skateboard. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's just like, especially when you're in your younger ages, when you don't have just serious baloney in your life that just holds you back and just makes you tired. We used to skate every single day.
Oh, yeah.
If it was freaking 20 degrees out or if it was 95 degrees
Dude, there's definitely, like, videos of, like, still snow on the ground, but we're skating whatever's just dried off.
Yeah, and in upstate New York, we get a lot of snow, especially in
do.
Lake George and just the Adirondack area. So you got to make do. And luckily in our hometown, there was always one place that you could always just go back to, especially even in a blizzard, and that would be the stage right in Battlefield Park in Lake George.
Oh yeah.
And we would just skate flat ground.
Dude, that was the best.
But the one thing that I hated about skating there is at the time there was like a pebble pit on the sides.
Oh yeah.
So there would be pebbles that would splash up, or somebody would throw them, and like if you hit that on a skateboard, if any skateboarder knows the pain of hitting a rock,
it's the worst.
It's the worst because you don't expect it. It's so small, and you skid, and it throws off your balance.
Dude, every time
you want to freak out.
Oh yeah, every time I bomb a hill, my eyes are glued to the cement in front of me, scanning for rocks, so I don't eat it on a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's because it stops you in your tracks. Like it just hits us up on the wheel, and it just
literally sends you, and it's
not fun.
It's not fun.
But let's check out these comments before we go back to our skateboard conversation. So Dylan McKenzie, love that all day IPA. That's what one of Frankie's favorite drinks right there.
Upgrade from Bush.
Oh yeah, I would definitely say that's an upgrade. I'm happy you're drinking that over Bush.
Yeah. I was talking shit about Yingling to Josh, and so my next drink is a Yingling.
Gotta respect that.
Shut my mouth up.
Gotta respect that.
Yeah.
And the next comment, happy birthday, Doug, from Dylan. Thank you, Dylan. Sixth man.
Sixth man. This kid texted us earlier about just like copyright claims on our YouTube videos and just how to be safe about it. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, thank you.
Always thinking about us, even when we're not thinking about our best interest. So.
Oh no. Tom Sassler, Twiddle blows.
Can't agree there. Twiddle pretty much crushed it, and you weren't there. You were in Atlantic City. Next.
How could you do that?
Lon.
Lon.
We love Lon. Honestly, he's such a great guy. I'm happy I met him finally. And Eddie, the bootlegging cell phone video recording.
Dude, you gotta love
Twitty it. Yeah.
Tom Sassler grabbing the brew right now. Well, that was a few minutes ago. What are you drinking, Tom?
What are you drinking? Let us know in the comments below.
And he said, no, save it for 25 homies.
You got it. You're a partner in this, Tom.
Yeah. I feel like a loser sitting here typing in the chat to myself, Tom Sassler again. Well, now you're not alone anymore.
Yeah, because you got the sixth man, Dylan McKenzie. And while you're drinking that beer, Tom, just know that you're just sitting on the other end of this table. And
you're with us.
You're right here with us in spirit.
And all that stuff.
All that jazz. So,
Dylan McKenzie.
It was a slick deck with a laminate on it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And tens pop. Yes, it was a mini. I was skating a mini at first, but
so this is the Lip Tech, right?
This is the Lip Tech.
Nice.
I remember, like, me and my cousin, we went through this like angry phase. I don't know, not angry phase, but like we're just into breaking stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so like we had like all these old decks, and I did have, and like I remember we snapped every skateboard deck with either like a sledgehammer, like a concrete like block.
God.
Because we weren't heavy enough to snap the board.
Dude, so you wouldn't even like flip it upside down on a curb and then stomp the middle of it?
No.
Dude, that's what I would do because I wasn't.
And then with the Lib Tech though, we couldn't even break it. So we tried to put an axe to it, and then not much. Just literally put a hole right through the board, the center of the board. Nothing happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's wild. Dylan McKenzie, I got my first skateboard in 1999. Does that mean we're 90 skateboarders? Are you a 90s skateboarder with Dylan McKenzie?
I am.
Technically?
Sure, I am.
Technically, you squeaked in right then. There.
I did.
99.
Yeah. I was definitely carrying my board by the truck.
That mall grab.
I was mall grabbing my board at a young age.
Mall grab all day.
Living the life. Come on. What was the first pair of skate shoes that you got? Because I was always blown the one away by the fact when I was young. I was like, there's just certain shoes you got to get for this sport. I remember being like, oh, those are so cool looking. Like looking at Tim Godis's shoes.
Yeah.
It was like a grade above me at the time. And I was like, oh, first pair of shoes were Etnies.
Etnies?
That's what I got. I got them at this place called Bob's Sports or something. It's like liquidation. It was like a liquidation sale. I was like down for like $8. I was like,
dude, that's the shoes for
size
skate shoes
4,
you'll ever get.
yeah.
Oh my god. No, I want to say my first pair of skate shoes were probably DCs.
DC?
I was obsessed with DC as a young one. So like I was trying to get DCs. And I think actually when Ryan Sheckler came out with his Etnies shoe,
Sheckler?
Ryan Sheckler. I copped his shoe. I was like, that was like Amazon's like early days. I was like waiting at the door for that one, but like I was pumped about them.
And now look at Amazon.
Dude, yeah, 2-day shipping.
2-day shipping. Prime.
I got stuff coming in tomorrow. Thank you, Amazon.
Thank you, Amazon. Jeff Bezos, thank you.
The man. All right, so let's finish off these comments. Dylan McKenzie, he would ride his skate. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my. Well, my chat just disappeared real quick.
So I would ride my skateboard under the bridge in Plattsburgh during the winter. That's because you're dedicated. That's why you're the sixth man.
Dude.
But Dylan used to skate all the time. Even, like, I wouldn't skate, and I'd see him pushing around, getting his thing.
Awesome,
Getting
man.
his ride on.
Dude, yeah, no, that skateboarder, man, it's addicting. I'll tell you that.
Thomas Chasser, Osiris D3s in 2001s.
And he's also drinking Harpoon
First skate
IPA.
shoes. So you were basically wearing pillows as shoes. Those, I was blown away by how. Before you wouldn't think about it, but those shoes were pretty fat. Just those DCs, those Osiris.
Oh yeah.
Every brand of shoes were making the puffy shoes.
Dude, that was the style back then.
Huge tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Tongue half the size of the shoe.
Dude, no, like legit. And also, like, I remember my DC logo on mine was like half the shoe in the back end too.
Oh, I know which ones you're talking about.
It was like the fake suede, dude. It was, but hey, I love them. They were nice.
Hey, they're cool.
They were the coolest thing ever to my 6th-grade-year-old mind.
Hey, so
what was the best trick you ever learned? Best trick you ever landed?
Best trick I ever landed. So, okay. So with this, we're going to do just the best trick we've ever landed, flat ground, and then on an obstacle.
Sounds good.
So, best trick I ever landed on flat ground. Fakie big flip. Fakie big heel.
Oh, yeah.
So fakie, what is that? Fakie 180 backside. Fakie 180.
It's like a fakie varial heel flip and then a 180 as
yes. Well. I remember landing being like, I'm never doing that again. And you know what? I never did it again. I really didn't.
Yeah, all you need is that one. You even got it on film, too.
I did get it on film. I was like, Nick, film this. And then, what was your best flat ground trick?
My best flat ground trick was probably the fakie full cab flip.
Did you ever fakie full cab flip the drop at the skate park?
No, I think I got really. I don't know how close I got at the skate park. I know I got really close to the TD Bank Forest there in Warrensburg. Like that's such a hard trick to like figure out because you're like you're spinning 360 and the board's spinning 360 and then it's also doing like a kickflip at the same time. So like
and you're going fakie.
And you're going backwards.
So
yes.
Going off a drop fakie in the first place or even nollie is pretty sketchy.
Yeah, you have to remind yourself to like pop early so you don't literally mess up everything and anything. And you're just hucking yourself and hoping for the best. So unfortunately that didn't work out. But I mean I have landed it on flat a couple times, so like I think that's the best flat ground trick. But like off anything, I would say probably was at the skate park either that hard flip over the drop or the fakie big flip. Both of those were big battles for me.
Hard flip and fakie big flip.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that hard flip. Well, you hard flipped over Caleb.
It was over Caleb, yeah. I do.
And you committed.
Dude, full commitment. Full commitment. You had to.
Yeah, that was a good.
And I love like clip. Even in the clip like that like dude is like my reaction to it. Like I couldn't believe I was rolling away from it either.
Caleb. Yeah. No, I hear it. That was an awesome time filming that. That was really cool.
Dude, yeah, man, that homecoming. Well, actually, that wasn't even the homecoming. That was just
that was just a clip.
That was just I was one.
Why didn't that make it into homecoming?
Because it was already out.
ABD.
already been done.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it again.
No. I saw it again. Yeah, I don't know. I never really had like any crazy stair tricks like that.
I mean, but you were more of a ledge and grind guy.
I was a ledge grind guy. So just a couple, three things that just come to my mind. One, while I was on Judge Judy, and Chris and I were skating at Venice Skate Park, and so there's this double kinked ledge.
Yeah.
And it was just like being in California made you a better skateboarder. And for some reason, I was trying things that were out of my comfort zone. It was really cool. The best things I ever did there was 180 50 50 down a double kink hubba.
Oh.
That was cool. And then also small highlight there. There was like this like long maybe 15-foot curved ledge. So it was like.
Yeah.
So I 50-50. I'll eat a ball. It was multi-level too. So it was like that, and then another one on top like that. So I'll eat up the first one, 50-50. The second one curved around and then front shove out over the ledge.
Oh, that's sick.
And then this is no Tony Hawk's Underground shit. The whole tape got corrupted. I was so pissed.
Terrible.
The only trick that is even in that whole thing on that cassette we were filming on was it was Chris kickflipping a double set, which was sick.
Yeah, yeah.
But with everything we had from Hollywood High gone, Venice Park
insane.
Gone, and I did do a double heel flip flat ground too. That was really cool. First try clean, skating down the Hollywood Boulevard. That was really cool.
Perfect.
And then and then other two tricks. Was actually I can't think of the one, but one of them was my last trick in the G's from LG part that we did did this video, awesome video, G's from LG, first attempt at making a full length skateboarding movie, only attempt.
Yeah.
And, we kind of went with the times, and you know.
But no, that was still sick, and I remember that trick. I can't exactly remember what it was.
I think it was a fakey 50-50, and I was trying to fakey 50-50 and then body. Like hippie jump, whatever, body varial, whatever you call it, jump and hop to the opposite position, to the opposite stance.
Yeah.
You know, and so I went to do that, and then as I did that, the board landed in nose.
Nose slide, and
then landed it. That was cool.
That was so dope.
and then just I guess my favorite manning trick that stuck out. I only remember I have a few favorites because I don't have a lot. Is the fakey. I did a fakey 360 manual.
Ooh.
In Miami this one time. That was really. It was on a manny pad no longer than the table. It's I stayed in manual. I tried it for so long. It was not even moving. I was what the fuck? And but yeah, and just going back to the times talking about G's from LG and then talking about just filming and tape. We used to film the cat at the time. It was I didn't want anything else.
Oh yeah.
What was all these stupid today it's I get so worried about different lenses, focal lengths, all that bullshit. And now and before it's all right, Canon GL2. Zoom, prosumer VX 1000 style camera, tape based, and fisheye. It was awesome. Didn't need anything else.
No.
Until it went HD, and then everybody was, screwed. And but the biggest pain in the ass about filming that, and if any videographer who's dealt with tape before knows the pain, you have to capture that film because it's on analog tape. You can't just pop in, a USB stick. I had to get this connector to capture the film to get the clip onto my computer. So I would basically have to watch a whole tape, 90-minute tape over,
Jesus. And
just clip. If I went too much farther over after the part started, I would have to go back, clip. And I think you remember the process.
A little bit, yeah.
It was a bitch. A Rooney Dooney.
A Rooney Dooney.
And, but thank God, for SD cards and HD.
Saviors.
Serious.
So, Yep, Tom Chester said those things were massive. Talking about Osiris D3s.
D3s.
Dude, any Osiris shoe is just gonna be looking like a brick on your foot.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too big. Dylan McKenzie is drinking a double Jack and Coke to finish a bottle of Canadian whiskey. That sounds fancy.
There you go. Dylan McKenzie's going hard. You need a break, dude.
Dude, hell yeah. And Deanna is asking if G's from LG's is on YouTube.
It is not on YouTube, unfortunately, due to copyright information.
Yeah, we didn't care about using.
No.
We used whatever songs we really felt like.
Yeah.
So, sorry. I have a standalone HI8 tape deck for purposes of capturing from Dylan McKenzie.
That's awesome. I hate them. Honestly, it just it's such a pain in the ass. Like,
what is that? Some camera?
Hi8 is basically like a video format, tape video format that basically some cameras were, and no, that's awesome, Dylan. It's just having to do that compared to just like pop in an SD.
Oh yeah.
And I am thankful for the times in that sense,
No, for sure. So here's the question I want to ask you. So what was like your very first skate spot that you ever really skated, like first spot session in, like that go-to spot, and then what was like your all-time favorite spot?
Okay, so first time spot was Curb Palace.
Curb Palace.
Why was it called? It was a corporate building. That's all it was. It was across the street from my grandmother's house. We used to skate it all the time, my cousin and I. And so we would go, and it's just literally, there was like 2 mani pads, just literally just curbs.
Yeah.
So that's why we called it Curb Palace.
Dude,
I learned on the curbs. I learned how to ollie off a curb there. I was like,
nice.
I can totally do a 3-stair sometime in my future. And so yeah, Curb Palace, and that's kind of where I started filming too. I just I didn't have a battery for my camera, so I could only skate. My cousin and I could only skate where there was outlets.
Yeah.
Outside of a building, so we'd like plug in like the power cord, try to like get as far as possible without having to start zooming in, and then like basically be locked down to whatever spot. We just went power to power.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't about the spot those days. Who's got the best electricity?
Outlet.
Outlet to outlet. Yeah. And now we're an outlet. Mirth-films.com.
Check us out.
Just for those tuning in, we did redo our website, brand spanking new.
Looks real good.
Thanks to all of your just input, team's input, and you can also find our merch on there with the collage T-shirt, brand new hats, and coffee mugs. The brew mug.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You need it.
Now, but yeah, I would say my favorite spot, and you're gonna hate me for saying this, is the Casey Bank.
I knew it.
It's because it's like the one spot that I can go to where I could be like on a curb and do something, or just like on a bank and get my 5 go-to tricks in and be like, I'm good.
Good.
Let's get
good to
next
go.
week. Yeah.
It's actually funny when the tow truck was giving me a ride back. We cruised by the Casey Bank, and there was some skaters skating it.
There was people skating. How old?
It was one kid. I couldn't. It was very far away, so I couldn't really tell how old he was. Kind of. I'm guessing between like 16 and 18. Maybe a little new to the game, but like I was happy he was out there skating the same spots we were skating, man. Hopefully you're tuning in now. Keep skating.
Yeah. Hopefully you're tuning in, man, because August 3rd, it's
It's going down for real.
Yeah, going down for real. No, I got that in my head.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So my first
about,
spot,
what is yours?
it was actually pretty similar. It was pretty much a spot like right outside of my house, and the main feature was a curb. It was like a nice rounded curb, but
was it the curb?
It was the curb.
The
yes.
curb where I met you.
The curb where you met me. Yes, right down the road from where you were living at when you were here in Lake George, and it was like pretty cool. It was nice neighborhood, and like you come off the curb, you either go like down a little hill for those like epic shots, but then there was like a driveway like a little bit behind it, and it was kind of like a nice little bank, and if you picked up enough speed, you could try to like gap the sidewalk to like the other part of the driveway. So like it was pretty cool. We definitely were entertained ourselves a lot. And also, like, that was right down the road from the Casey
stomping
Bank.
grounds. Yeah.
And, like, Casey Bank was right where, like, my bus stop was, so that was just, like...
Do you always skate the Casey Bank?
Pretty much, yeah. That was yeah, no, and growing up, Craig Keenan, who old time best friend, he actually used to live where the Caseys live now, where it's called the Casey Bank. So he used to live like right across the street from there.
Craig Keenan used to live right across the street.
Yep. He actually taught me how to like run on ice like at that house.
Wow.
Yeah, way
cool.
back in the day. Way back in the day. But, yeah, no, that was, like, my first spot ever skating, and then I would say my favorite spot would have to be the two-stair at the end of the Village Mall, where you actually were able to get your chip from Judge Judy from.
Yep, great spot.
Yep,
great spot.
Great spot. Don't session the picnic tables, or at least don't do it on camera. But, you know, that spot has really evolved over the years. I know they've had, like, the bushes on the side where, like, I have video clips of me, like, trying to hop through there.
Through the bushes. And
then it had, like, the two-stair and then, like, the wider gap. And then, like, it's also, like, just lakefront property. So it's, like, it's just a really nice spot to just hang out for a while. And that was definitely one of my favorite spots, like, growing up. And especially just being able to, like, try shit over a two-stair instead of like just a curve. Like, okay, I'm stepping up my game now.
Yeah,
like, okay, if I can do it down
one step
at a time, if I can do it over this, maybe I can do it over something bigger. And that's really just like where you kind of just learn how to do things.
Progression,
off of things.
man.
Yep, exactly.
No, for sure, dude. And luckily, like George had some spots.
Yeah.
That we could always go back to, but you know, you could always trust your friendly just peace cop and ruin the party for you. So
at least if you're in the main village, I would say.
Exactly.
Where most of the spots were.
And that was a pain, especially like I remember being really young and not being able to go into Lake George Village.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with that at the hard age of 10 years old.
Dude, life was rough out there, man.
Yeah, you think you're an adult at that time. And
you
now
really
it's like,
do.
Wow. Yeah, like a shit ton of bills.
I got car insurance now. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like when you're young, you're like, enjoy it while you're young. Your parents say that to you are like, oh, don't worry, you can eat that. You're young, or like and now it's like, wow. Oh, I wish I was, even 18 again.
Yeah, no, Well, my knees weren't messed up back then, from all the skateboarding.
And that's when we were going hard. You were like, what, 15? I was 18?
Yeah.
What about you, 2 years younger than me? Or 3?
3.
Yeah, so you're just like, that period of time of skateboarding for us was like, we were getting better. We were skating every day. We had something to look forward to, and that was the skateboarding video.
And we had also nothing better to do.
Nothing better. And
besides getting the skate park, but we had time for that because we weren't doing anything else besides skateboarding.
and by that time, it would have been 5 years in the future before we even got that. So it's like we would travel. We would go to just surrounding towns: Glens Falls, Lake George, Glens Falls, Albany, Saratoga,
Warrensburg.
A couple occasional trips to Saugerty Skate Park, and it was just like what you did because there wasn't. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I just remember like times where like we would take trips down to like Albany to your house for like a week and just skate Albany and then like have dinner at your grandma's house. Like that was the best. So
yeah, we literally just go to skate. That was it.
That was life.
And but yeah, it was just that's what you did when you grow up in a small town, don't have a lot of stuff to skate, don't have a skate park in your town. And the only skate park we really had, well, the shelter, which was awesome, but that wasn't an easy forever. Option, especially because it was an hour away from us. We didn't have cars. We just had the only 4 wheels we had were our skateboards, and it's about a 55-mile
50-minute
kick
drive.
Push down the road, and
not great.
No, not great at all. And so and then we had Half Pipe Thrills, which honestly it was just a shitty skate park.
It wasn't the best.
I could never. After skating the shelter first, it was like this place.
You see, well, like you were definitely pampered with that, like because Half Pipe Thrills was very close to me. That was the skate park I was skating first. I mean, there was a few times I got down the shelter and like blew my mind to what a skate park could actually like be. But I mean, like Halfway Through, it definitely was like a different scene way back in the day. Well, I mean, it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I would definitely have like sessions with like Cameron Oss and like Christian Mechanic.
That's
and, like,
where you
Ryan
guys
Sullivan. Yeah. He was always there. Like there was a really good crowd of skaters back there. Back in the day when I was like first going there.
Yeah.
You know, like Tom Watkins was working there. Shout out Tom Watkins. Bill. Not the greatest. But
Bill, the owner.
Yeah, the owner. Yeah.
That guy was a little.
Well, I mean, I would definitely like try to like get some free hours out of there.
Oh yeah,
like
on the sign-up sheet.
Yeah, no, because he'd always like it was charged per hour, which I mean was not bad, but like throughout the times I was going there, the like prices kept going up and up and up to the point where it was like $5 an hour.
$5 an hour.
Well, I'm not gonna pay $5 for an hour for skateboarding. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
So I would like try to like pay for like an hour or two and then skate for like 4, 5, 6, and then like one time he called me, you know, like all good, but these things happen. But like Halfway Through, you know, it definitely had its heydays. That was like my first experience with like competitions, and like I remember like my first time going there during the competition. I'm pretty sure Cameron Oss was in the competition, Andy Kokoza. It was like all these like people that I thought like I was like looking up to. I remember they had like a band there. It was like the gnarliest thing I've like ever seen. Was like the competitions that happened through. It was like they really put it down there. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, back in the day.
And now R.I.P.
R.I.P. But hey, we have a competition coming up.
Yeah.
This Saturday, August 3rd.
It's you can come anytime. We're gonna be there setting up early. But the event starts at 10 a.m. Free skate. Registration, all that good stuff, sign the paperwork. If you're under 18...
Please bring an adult.
And if you're under 18, please ask your mom before watching this. We swear...
That as well, yeah.
Yeah. We got to probably save our butts there.
This is explicit content.
Explicit. EXP.
Should probably put that on the beginning logo. We'll get to that.
Explicit.
But yeah, no, for all contestants for this Saturday, we're going to have waivers for all of y'all. So bring your penmanship so we can read that.
Yes, and we will be, we have prizes for first, second, and third of the jam competition. We have prizes for Game of Skate, for
the High Alley.
It's going to be a good time, man.
So yeah,
This is our 4th year of doing this. First year of the grand opening, which was just awesome. The mayor of Lake George, Robert Blaze, with Blaze, Blais, and just had to put that there. And so he's
been a really big help.
He's been a huge help, and Patricia Dow, she's been a great help too. And then my mom. Your family, your dad has been at a lot of events, and it took a long time to raise what we raised, but we did it, and we're just happy that people are still, there's still an interest in skateboarding in this small town, and it's just, we don't get to go to the skate park every day, but we still want to make it better. Mirth Films, skateboarding's always going to be in our roots, so... If there's any way we can give back, and even if you're trying to get a skate park in your hometown, feel free to reach out to us for advice. mirthisking518@gmail.com. You can send any just emails to that if you have any questions regarding anything, unless you want to put them in the chat. And but it took a lot of hard work, and not understanding what the process was getting a skate park. What it was like, at least, without going to that first meeting, when our town kind of just started getting these ideas together on what could make Lake George better. There was a lot of people like us that thought a skate park needed to be in Lake George, and I remember there being a talk of a dog park, which I got, a lighthouse, which I still kind of wish we had.
That would be cool, but
in Battlefield Park.
Oh man. I know that sounds really cool, but like that sounds also very pointless.
Yeah. What are we, Nantucket?
We're not the open ocean. We're a lake. We're gonna put that at the end of the bay. Like, don't come towards this lighthouse. You're gonna hit some land.
Yeah, and but then just between geez, what were some of the things that we were doing? We had skate park meetings in after school so it was an extracurricular thing for us to do too, and it just helped us get better with being a part of the community.
Yeah, no, it really did. Like we were going to like community weenies, community weenies, community meetings and whatnot. Just trying to like figure out how you go about and like adding something to your community, which is actually like a lot more challenging than you might think. You know, you got to talk to government officials. Well, not government officials, town officials. Did. Well, yes.
Do you remember that time? I'm not going to talk about what happened maybe 15 to 20 minutes prior to what happened at the meeting. But so we basically, it's me, you, and my cousin Nick.
Oh.
And so it's like the count. It's like a county meeting, not the town meeting, the county meeting. So it's about like 20 representatives from just like different parts of just different towns in Warren County, and man. We had to just talk. We were with Patricia Dow, and then like I just remember, I had to talk for some reason.
Yeah, you were the oldest.
And I was like, we really need the skate park. It's gonna be great for the community. We have a basketball park. We have a basketball court for people who play basketball. We have a tennis court for people who play tennis. Yada yada yada. But there's not a skate park for people to skate. And I just remember like. Maybe like 5 seconds before Patricia stopped talking, thinking, what the fuck am I going to say now? And I just was like, it was over, like 10 seconds, didn't realize what I was saying. It was like, cool. Dude, we ended up in the newspaper like that week after. That was cool. And
definitely a lot of wild times that came from trying to get the skate park. I remember the one, because we would do a lot of fundraisers like spaghetti dinners, you know, just... anything
coin
really
drops, nearly getting killed.
Yeah, so that was what I was going to talk about, like coin drop in the middle of the summer, which, I mean, in our town is just a shit show. So it's like on Canada Street, walking on the double yellow lines, and there's like cars, like there's 2 lanes of cars, and then there's parked cars, and then you're just there with like a bucket with like 2 feet of free space, trying, like hoping to God no one just like swerves, just like, can I get your change? Can I get your change? Change. Like, that was the sketchiest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I've hucked myself down some things, but standing in the middle of traffic asking for change was the worst thing. But shouts out to the people who gave me a cigarette, because I needed that.
Were you in high school, too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Dude, no, they saw me out there just, like, probably just like my eyes, like, I hate my life, and they're like, I don't have any change for you, but I got a cigarette, and I was like, that's exactly what I need, bro. So shouts out to you, thank you, random people.
Yeah, shout out to random people.
Dude, always got you.
Always. But yeah, it's just some crazy, and it was the thing was, we were doing things probably at least once every month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, we did huge Call of Duty Modern Warfare tournament at Pizza Jerks.
That was awesome. That was a great time.
That was a lot of fun.
Yep. Lots of screen peeking.
Oh yeah. So going back to the just the comments here, the real
pain is transferring movie film to digital, which I'm guessing that was from the tape conversation.
Pain in the ass.
Pain in the
I started skateboarding regularly after the skate park crash of early 2010s. Actually, speaking of that, Dylan, I know you're a Schenectady dude. I loved the Schenectady skate park.
I feel like I vaguely remember that one.
They had like a unskatable mini ramp, like an unskatable center, but it had the greatest ledges. I had like two back to back. It's like, this is I could do so many 50-50 front shoves right now.
Ooh. Would that be the one that like we would go to and there'd just be like nobody there?
It was like.
Or is that like?
It was like in the middle of nowhere. Like all the ramps were blue.
Like, I don't think I ever went to that one.
Okay. Well.
Oh, these things happen.
It happens.
And another one for Dylan McKenzie. Looks like I'll finally make it there this year.
Thank you, Dylan. We can always use your help.
Happy to see you at the Dylan McKenzie.
And
competition.
Yeah. Thank you for being the
It's gonna
sixth
be a good
man,
time.
dude. It's
And
gonna
yeah,
be
no, even if you don't skate, it's gonna be a great all day event. Bring a chair or two, you know, like post up and watch some amazing skateboarding go down.
Seriously, and stay hydrated too.
We're gonna have waters there available for y'all. So yeah, we got you.
All right. And
so you
now,
know,
what's the cost to enter the competition?
it's gonna be $10 to enter the competition,
Awesome.
and with that, you're gonna be able to enter every single competition. If you want to do just like one event, you know, we can hook you up for like $5, but you know, might as well just
do it all.
Do it all. Gonna be there all day anyway. Why not?
Exactly.
But yeah, I would like to move on for that. So, I mean, with skateboarding, you know, obviously we spent many days, many hours out there on the streets. So, like, what's like one crazy skateboarding story that like you could tell the people?
I wasn't really prepared for this question. You go. Maybe it'll trigger something.
Maybe it'll trigger something. Awesome sauce. So yeah, so I would say probably, and this is definitely the most recent one, but probably like the biggest mental battle, skate battle I had to ever get over was filming the homecoming part. You know, doing that fakie big flip off the final drop at the skate park. Like, I remember that was like when I first like was talking to you about that. Like, I remember sending you a text about it. I'm like, oh, you know, like I got fakie big flips down like very regularly. Like, I could probably do it off a drop. Never done it off anything before in my life. So I'm like, yeah, let me try it off this like 3-foot freaking drop. What could go wrong? So it was like I remember going and trying it that day. I'm pretty sure I tried it like 3 separate days. It was you call it the Doug Gap. It was the one where I hard flipped over Caleb. So it's pretty much just like it was like a 3 foot, like maybe 3.5 feet. It's got some height, but it's like pretty much like a giant 2-stair. So yeah, like I think it was like 2 full days of just trying it, and then just like fall. Like I remember, it was actually like the day after was like my first day of work, and I could like barely walk from the amount of times I just like wrecked against the ground to get this. So it was like a few weeks later, or maybe it was like towards the end of the summer at this point. It was like we gotta like get this in one trick. Like it just has to happen. So like we went there like one day when I like got out of work, and it was like probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like just try, fall. Like to the point where like all the lights in Charles R. Wood Park like shut off. Like we had the lights that like we brought and are currently viewing our face from.
Yes.
We brought those, and I was able to like finally land it, and it was such a great feeling to finally like put that one down. Like
that was epic too.
Thank you. Yeah, like it was. You know, it's definitely crazy. It was like just like you're kind of getting this mindset of like you can't get it. Like you know you can, but it's like just everything you do is just not working out, and then like all of a sudden it's like you kind of just like stop thinking.
Yeah.
And then just like everything just like worked out. Next thing you know, you're just like riding away. You're like, whoa.
That was awesome. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Dude, yeah, it was way too late for us to be at the skate park, but thankfully no one
no
came
cops.
and busted the spot. Which, I mean, I feel like it would be weird to bust skaters at the skate park. Like, how much damage can we do at the skate park?
Literally. But now I'm thinking about it. Oh, Jesus. I don't know why I'm so tired. I think it wasn't like, it didn't involve like any hard tricks or anything, but I think the most insane skateboarding story that I can think of is the time we skated Waterside World.
Oh, yeah.
That was insane. So
that was definitely
Waterside World recent shut down, but you know,
unfortunately,
as all the businesses are, and in the fall at least, not permanently, but like. So we were skate rats. We decided it would be a good idea to go skate Waterside World.
Yeah, we were told about how to like where to go to kind of hop in there, and we did, and it was I think it was probably one of the scariest experiences is like butt boarding down of like one of those tubes, the Waterside tube. Like not knowing when it was gonna end but there was gonna be a drop at the end.
And the thing was, it wouldn't matter when it ended, but there was because of just rain just built up, and the pool, it was just filled with water. So
Oh,
if you
so
if you ended
nasty.
up going really fast down that tube, you were screwed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and the funny thing is that if you weren't going exactly straight down that tube, you would like literally like go up and not up and around, but if you've
Like
ever
you'd be
played
like
skate
carving
too,
the edges.
yeah, if you
It
carving
would be
the
wild.
edges and it would just
Ugh.
good times.
I'd do it again.
I'd do it again too. Favorite skater, Doug.
Favorite skater? I would say right now, my favorite skater is still Luan Oliveira.
Wow.
He's from Brazil, but just like the way he skates, he has, like, he can do like the most technical tricks, but the way he does them just looks so. I didn't want to say effortlessly, but they just look so beautifully done. Like,
Yeah.
everything is just
He's
textbook.
freaking
Like
amazing.
it just looks like it's straight out of like a textbook. You know,
Literally.
like perfect game. It's artwork. You know what I'm saying?
He is one of the technically capable skateboarders, up there. Just with, I mean, I think he's more technical than Shane O'Neill, and he just can
Definitely.
do everything.
He
That's
really
the
can
thing.
do everything, yeah. And it's like, especially like the way, like, I know his hard flips are like the most perfect thing, like, and they're like perfectly, like, he tucks his like legs in it with everything. It's just like any like trick that you imagine, it was like how it could be like perfectly done and look the best is like that's how he does it.
Yeah.
And like super consistently and like full speed, like
He goes hard in the
yeah,
paint.
Luan.
Go
Keep getting it.
Luan.
Who's your favorite skater?
So my favorite skater, tranny, I would say Grant Taylor, hands down. I just love his style. And then, but street skating, I would say Eric Austin. Eric Austin it's just like, after knowing what skateboarding was and starting to get the understanding of what skateboarding videos were, everything, the culture, I just loved Eric Austin. He blew my freaking mind. And by leading into the next topic, the next question, my favorite skateboarding movie. I was thinking about it. If I had to pick one, it would probably be Yeah Right.
That was a really good one.
I only say Yeah Right because I just I love Fully Flared. That came later in skateboarding for me, a few years later.
Yeah.
But Yeah Right, just the whole, I don't know. Girl skateboards at that time was just the best skateboarding team. Technically,
Yeah.
and just the team was cool. You wanted to be hanging out with those guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wow, Eric Austin, man, tray flipped nose blunt, last trick,
Gnarly.
2003. Like, that's crazy. And what about you? What is your favorite skateboarding movie?
It probably have to be Fully Flared.
Fully Flared.
I mean, it definitely wasn't the very first skate movie I watched, but like I think that also made me just fall in love with like video work, just because that full like intro scene and then
Yeah.
like the intro to every skater's part was just like some crazy video effect. Like I just couldn't help but like fall in love with that, and also like just from front to finish, and that was like your first like show to like Mike Mo, and then like finishing out with like Guy Mariano and
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
Guy.
that whole team.
Mark
like,
Johnson, 3 parts. I
Oh
mean,
my-
in one part, yeah.
amazing. Like that video really just like blew my mind when you showed it to me.
Cinematically too, like it was like, holy shit.
Dude, like
Kai
every time,
Evans
yeah,
and Spike Jones, man.
they killed it.
They killed it. But I do want to give a special shout out to Jackie O'Brien.
Oh,
Thank you for tuning in,
Jackie.
Jackie. Let's shop back that bish, and I'll hit it again.
Fucking rights.
I don't understand.
Fucking rights.
Shout out to Jackie O'Brien, freaking coolest. Yeah, I mean, but what was the first skateboarding movie you ever saw?
Dude, almost round 3. I got it as a Christmas gift, and I probably watched it like 800 times.
Dude, what was I'm trying to think. What was
It was like,
what was Daewon's last trick? It was like,
dude,
like,
it was that
tray
like,
flip nose blunt.
yeah, it was like 360 flip nose blunt. It was like on like 2 shipping containers.
Yeah, like down like
Yeah, so you like 360 flip nose blunt off to like a ledge, and then landed like in a manual down another ledge, and then like landed on flat. It was crazy, and I remember like in the video it was like my first like regular block stump. I don't know if he did like a tray flip nose
all along the watchtower.
Yeah, all along the watchtower. Did like that tray flip to like end it off, which was just like. And then like Ryan Scheckler was in that one.
Chex, yeah.
And like he was like just like a couple years older than me, so I was like, yo, I could be this kid. Like amazing. And dude, ELO, like they had amazing soundtrack. Chris Haslam.
Yeah.
And like and that one was like, oh, like who's better, like Daewon Song or like Rodney Mullen, but like they were both so freaking good.
Yeah.
Like so that movie I could not help but like I put that movie like into my PS2 every night and like watch it to go to bed. Like that was my jam.
That was such a good skateboarding movie.
What was one of your first ones?
My first one was I was in summer camp in 4th grade in Colony, New York, bored out of my fucking mind. Honestly, my only thing I like about summer camp was Foursquare. And I'm not talking about summer camp music festival. I'm talking about summer camp. And yeah, it was Foursquare. That was freaking so much fun. So I would, what the fuck? I would I was with this group. I was like in 4th grade, and there was this kid. I think his name was Nick, and he had a portable DVD player, and his older brother skated too. So I didn't know shit for skateboarding at the time. The only movie I owned, the first skateboarding movie I ever owned was Hot Chocolate, which I bought from the shelter. Didn't understand the awesome skateboarding culture that a lot of those smaller brands like Five Borough, Expedition One, Habitat, Alien Workshop. It's like that era of skateboarding at the shelter. So that's all I was exposed to. So I didn't know the bigger brands like Baker, Girl, Flip, and Flip. So one of the it's right up there with the outright for me. But this kid brings in a portable DVD player. And he pops in, hey, we're going to watch Flip Sorry. And then after, we're going to watch Flip Really Sorry. Because the DVD had both of them on the disc.
Oh.
And so I watched Flip Sorry, and like I just remember being blown away by Jeff Rowley. I mean, Ali Bouyala, insane. But Jeff Rowley, the first, no music at first part when it first starts off his video. But the first thing he tries doing is like he like hucks his board on the ground, starts pushing. Ollie's off this drop, like Ollie's over this gap from like a loading dock to like a big shipping container type thing. Yeah. And tries to nose blend and like slips out and like wrecks the hardest.
Oh my
And he's
God.
like, that was fucking nothing. He like says something like like to like kind of like make it look it was like whatever.
Like nothing.
Yeah. And that whole part was just like, this is skateboarding.
Yeah.
This is freaking skateboarding. And but yeah, Waterside World, Jackie O'Brien. Hell yeah. But other than that, skateboarding videos have just honestly even influenced the music I've listened to.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like a soundtrack from Fully Flared, soundtrack from Yeah Right. Hearing Biggie Smalls Give Me the Loot from B Block, the guys from Season Skate Shop, the Shelter video from way back in the day. Had no idea who Biggie Smalls was until I watched this Albany skateboarding video. I was like, this is freaking cool.
They also had Wu-Tang in there, right?
They had Wu-Tang. What was it? No, it was ODB.
ODB.
What was it? Shimmy Shimmy Ya.
Was it?
Yeah, Shimmy Shimmy Ya.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great times.
Yeah.
Great times.
Great times.
So yeah, so like, I guess we kind of got into like the skate parks that we used to shred back in the day. Do you keep up with like the contests?
Do I keep up with contests? No, I don't. Unfortunately, the only thing I really keep up with skateboarding these days is anything that Thrasher puts out, anything that the core brands put out. I always try, I make sure to subscribe to those channels on YouTube, and if, when you subscribe to us, it means the world because it gets us one subscriber more to be able to make money from monetization. But for your fellow YouTuber, if there's people you watch or even see one video on YouTube go and subscribe to them.
Oh yeah.
You know, no one's gonna see who you subscribe to anyway, so help a brother out. But what were you talking about, Doug? I went on a fucking tangent.
Contests.
Cheers.
Well,
Sorry.
and what you keep up with skateboarding world-wise?
I just keep up with what you tell me about SLS, man. That's one.
Yeah, so Street League contest. Stop 2 just happened in Los Angeles over the weekend. It's competition I like to keep up on because really, it seems like the most authentic street contest that there is nowadays, and it's like a broadcast event. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
My type of stuff right there. This weekend just happened, and some amazing finalists. So for like the men's, it was third place Vincent Milo, who is a French skater, and then Mario McCoy second place, that's American skater, and then first place went to Yudo Horigomi, who's like a 20-year-old out of Tokyo, and this dude has been straight just like killing it since like last year, when he popped up on the SLS scene. So like, shout outs to him, you know, he's killing the game. And you know, like, the best thing about this is like skateboarding is like coming to the Olympics. So like, Street League skateboarding is kind of like the qualifiers for it. I mean, they're like, you can qualify through like non-Street League skateboarding events, but like the bulk of it is through these events. So like, I think that's like really freaking cool. And you know, so it's like, and the best part about it is like all of the skaters from like around the world are already competing in these Street League events, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like really getting just that broadcast view of skateboarding. And then for like the girls one, so this is like, I watched this earlier this morning because it just blew my mind. So like Alana Smith, she came in third place. She's an American. And then second place, Pamela Rosa.
Oh, cool.
And then first place was Raisa Leal, and she's like an 11-year-old from Brazil. Like, there's a good chance you've probably like seen her videos on like YouTube,
viral
like
on YouTube for a while.
like dude, like like she's the girl who was like, I'm pretty sure in that 2-2 heel flipping like 3 stairs and whatnot. Like, so she was just in SLS and like took first place. Like, hell yeah,
Crushing
freaking yeah. She's like the next night to
the
Houston.
progression of skateboarding these days is just.
It's
I mean,
gnarly.
everybody talks about it. It is really gnarly.
It's like,
crazy.
how much farther can it go? But like, it just keeps on going.
It just keeps on going, just like the Energizer Bunny.
Keep
going and going and going.
You know, like batteries that never quit, except they, you know, eventually do.
They always do.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
But a little rant here on batteries. Zoom H4n, awesome audio recorder, but thing sucks down batteries like they're dual pods. Like, come on.
So quick.
But yeah, I mean, other than that though, just not a lot of news this week. Other than just some of the, you know, you can check out all the content we've had coming out on our new website. But just to end this show up with some sad news to some, others just surprisingly, actually not surprising at all. Woodstock 50 is canceled.
Officially
Officially
canceled.
So don't let your string be pulled by this. What the hell is the promoter's name?
I don't remember the promoter's name, but this event that was just way too much to begin with is now officially not gonna happen.
No.
Which, I mean, like, okay, you know, like, they definitely tried though. Like, I definitely see that. Like, they had like multiple venues. I know, like a month or so ago, like they got pulled from being at Watkins Glen, so they had like another venue out in like, I think it might have been like Philly or something, and then they had like another backup event in place in New York, but like there was just too many unforeseen circumstances that just kept happening, and for those reasons, Woodstock 50 will not be happening this year.
So, his name was Michael Lang, the organizer of the event.
Yep.
He said we did everything we could. Listen, this is the thing. Curveball didn't happen because of weather. This didn't happen because of poor planning and like. I mean, it's good that they didn't end up like the Fire Festival and like pretty much
Like,
lie
still
people out of
try,
their money, but. You know, it's 50th anniversary. It's sad that it didn't get to work out, and it's just
It's
I
definitely
really
like,
wonder what like the problem was here.
it seemed like really just like a mix of problems. I mean, like, for one, it was just like kind of like venue wise, just like trying to figure out like, okay, obviously they did have some backup venues, but I mean, obviously things go array, and it seemed like also a lot of artists were pulling out.
Yeah, Black Keys were the first too.
Yep. And then just like a lot of just like main artists, like from the article I was looking at, a lot of people were pulling out. And tickets haven't even gone on sale yet, so it really just seemed like the festival they imagined wasn't gonna happen. So instead of trying to throw a half-assed festival, they decided to just call it quits, which I guess is probably the noble thing to do.
The best thing to do.
Like,
for
if it wasn't gonna be what you thought it was gonna be, or wasn't gonna really give the proper Woodstock justice, then no point.
Exactly.
No point.
And
but thanks for trying.
Yeah, thanks for trying, Michael.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Do what you can.
So what have you been listening to, Doug?
Well, Chance the Rapper came out with a new album over the weekend, so I've been really listening to that quite a bit. A couple of my favorite tracks off that would be Hot Shower, Rue, and Big Fish. It's also called The Big Day. I should probably mention that. Spotify, Apple, all those places. So you should go check that out if you haven't done that.
Check it out.
Very good album. It's actually his first one. All his other ones have been mixtapes. So he's doing good. He's killing the game.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to, Frank?
So I'm just gonna regurgitate exactly what I said earlier. Ghostlight, 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 Ghostlight. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you the name of a song. I couldn't tell you the name of the song at all. But like, those guys just kick ass. I don't know. I don't know if you agree with me, but I do think sometimes that the jam band scene's a little saturated.
Oh, most definitely.
It's like, how many bands are you going to have? Like, the big this, the big that. Same, type 2 jam every 5 minutes. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's easy. It's easy to get lost in all the music and kind of copy and do what other people do, and building the hype and like get wrapped up into the shiz, just from working in a media outlet. It gets to be too much sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And so hearing a fresh sound like Ghostlight, it's just awesome. Tom Hamilton of Joe Russo's Almost Dead, and just he's had many other projects, but this one is just insane. Scotty Zwang, he's played drums in Dopapod, in Rack. And then Holly Bowling, who's an amazing keyboardist, and she even had her version of Waste featured in
awesome.
Between Me and My Mind, which I think we talked about last week on the Between Me and My Slurpee episode. But I go check out Ghostlight on Spotify, so that way they can get the cents on the dollar for the play. But also just go onto YouTube and check out some of their live shows. It really does sound like Fleetwood Mac style jam, which is some heavy ripping mixed with some good keyboard and just backing with nice bass and drums.
And who's this again?
Ghostlight.
Ghostlight.
They're freaking sick. And just to end up with the plugs, we have a brand new website, same domain, mirth-films.com. We just redid the whole site, and you can find merchandise right on there. Collage t-shirt, coffee mug, the brew mug, which you can get in 2 different cup sizes. And then you can also get
hats.
Mirth Films hats, which we will be wearing them very soon. But go check them out. There's 4 different kinds. They're unisex. Buy a hat. Buy a shirt. We're going to have women's clothing coming soon. We're going to have clothing. We're going to have other just clothing articles coming too.
Yeah. And
we're super, super hyped. Got a lot done today. Today was a productive day behind the scenes at Mirth Films. And I can't wait for just what's to come with our team. That's just kicking ass. We got Emily Vanderwill as our managing editor. Courtney Guttenberg, who's our creative director. We got the 3 amigos, me, you, and Tom. And then we just got everybody else, the whole contributing team, and just it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get food videos started back up on a regular basis with Brett Porter, our hombre, and we're also going to be filming a pilot episode of one of our brand new series that are coming tomorrow. Not coming tomorrow, but that we're filming tomorrow, which we're
keep an eye
we're
out for
excited
that.
about that one. And then also we just make sure to check out the latest video that we just put out, which is Glass Pony's new video. Which actually, do you care if we play that song?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's called I want to say it's called something
tonight
good.
We're gonna play 2 songs for you, because you want to know why? Because Tenacious D kicks ass, and we're gonna start it off with some Glass Pony.
Something's Good is the name of the track. You can find the live music video on Mirth Films YouTube page or our
Facebook. And if you don't mind, I just want to be that guy right now. We do have, before we play this music, we do, please tell your friends about Mirth Films. If you think that they have interest in what we're doing or what we cover, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We're gonna have a lot of new shit coming on Instagram, iTunes for our audio listeners, or if you're watching live now, didn't know already, on Spotify and iTunes. The podcast is available the next day after we go live. So tomorrow morning, or actually probably within a few hours, it's going to be back. It's going to be up on those streaming services. So listen to it in your car while you're working out, while you're getting distracted at work, or
Perfect.
Listen to another episode while you're watching the episode live.
Why not?
Because it's a mine.
You never know, it might line up. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night, and this is going to be
a couple more things. Just want to plug.
Oh, do we? Oh,
Saturday, August 3rd. This Saturday, 3 days away, Lake George Skate Plaza competition. Please make sure, if you can make it, awesome. If not, tell your friends again.
Skate park competition. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And keep on petting the wall. This is Glass Pony. And followed by some Glass Pony, we're going to be playing some
Master Exploder by Tenacious D.
So, have a good night, guys. Thank you. I'm Frank Cavone.
I'm Doug Quimby, and we're signing off with the Kind of Live, Kind of Living podcast.
Keep on patting that wall, kids.
Skies and the rain is falling down, and I'm stuck here without my friends. No bus fare, not a place to go. Might as well make friends with the rain. It's open season on our lives. So preserve all you can. But I'll try one more time. I'm stuck outside and there's no hope for me. Well, her and I, it just can't be. Kicking rocks where the birds all sing alone. Well, maybe this is my new home. It's open season on our lives. feeling that something good is around the corner. Dog, she's the only friend I need. Her wagging tail just sets me free. Girl, what's that? It's a headlight in the distance. Well, maybe they can take us home. It's open season on our lives. So preserve all you can, but I'll try one more time. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. That something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner. I got a feeling that something good is around the corner.